So yeah, I think like most men in general share your husband's sentiment because like Harris has said, it for us it's the commitment that we provide to you, and it in an odd way, the it's understandable that it validates the relationship, right? Because ideally, when you want to make your woman happy, you want her to get the thing that she wants the most out of the relationship because it's a great relationship, right? So why would you like protest against that? It's kind of how people perceive it. But for men, they're making that argument like, I'm giving you my all already. I'll do the last thing, but you keep talking about why would a man get married?
Let me can I say this real fast? Do y'all ever think I love the fact that my parents were together and they got married because it's bragging rights to me. I can see I came from a solid household. You know what I'm saying? So you continue that legacy. I mean, you got to just ask yourself what you want your legacy to look like. Do you want bastards as your legacy? Is that what you want? Because it's your last name. It ain't hers. It's yours. So that's what the trend that you want to do. By all means, keep that going. You feel me?
Can I ask you this? Would y'all be satisfied? Would y'all be satisfied if the man actually went and got your name changed to his last name with him and had a ring?
I would say I don't even put that much emphasis on the ring. I care about the solidifying the marriage. You understand what I'm saying? Like the ring is just a symbol.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the hey, I want our family to be solid. When we go to a family reunion, you got husband and wife, you at the top of the chain as an old couple and all your kids, and you just see all the things that you've made, and those people hold up your name and they put you at the hierarchy, and you guys are just doing it together, and your kids have something to look forward to. Kind of like how, I don't know how y'all was raised, but that's how I was raised. You know, I'm going to family reunions and everything. No, men don't want to be that patriarch in the family anymore. They don't want that name. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't want that kind of commitment. I'd rather the mom and dad do two different names. You know what I'm saying? So she Monroe, he Wilson. Like what?
So look at it from this perspective. I just in general, because this might be one of the things that's going on with Black people. In general, we don't particularly want to participate fully in the system, right? Just like, so we're not calling the police. We had a no snitching thing. If you start talking too much proper English, people will say you acting white. All the things that are validated by the larger population, we tend to shun
everything.
So it's like, it's like we don't need their validation to validate the relationship. Could be why Black men may not want to get married in that traditional sense, but will cohabitate and do every other thing the same way. Just thinking out the box, huh?
Is that working for us? Is that working for us? You would think you would look at people who are doing it right and they're flourishing from it, and you think, you know what? Let me do this shit right because they're benefiting from it. But we were like, nah, this working for me, and we can just continue to just go boo 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 boo. We're the laughing stock of all races. People like we're the joke of all people. We just are.
I don't think that starts at marriage though. I think that starts at a way further point back.
Well, my thing is that one of the things that we can definitely control to give us a better footing, a better standing, but we don't even do that. And that's the easiest part of maybe like what she was saying, making a family be more intact. And in providing them benefits from a marriage. But for Team Fatty, he says, I keep talking from a woman perspective. Why would a man get married? Because there are, and I know men in this chat and, everywhere always continually talk about that there is no benefit for a man to get married. And all of the research debunks that. It just does. And I guess you're speaking from experience because you haven't had a woman that you've meshed with that you would want to marry. Like if you speak to my husband, he will tell you that I am an asset to him. Vice versa. You pick the right woman, she's going to be an asset to your life and help you level up in various capacities. So that's why there's a benefit. So, I mean,
you're only a benefit if you're that type of woman.
Right.
Right, but how would you know if your mindset is never set on I don't want to get married? What kind of women do you think you're going to attract? A marriage-minded woman is not
Apparently,
going
you
to
love
be.
marriage.
No, what I'm saying is a marriage-minded woman is not going to be attracted to a man who never wants to get married. So you're going to keep attracting women who are not on that. You understand what I'm saying?
And I think
No, your own life proves that is a lie.
I
You
want to
literally attracted a man that did not want marriage, but he gave up that thought process to be with you.
But I
Because that's what you told
understand.
me.
No, but I understand too that he represents a minority. Like, I know my husband is special. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't fit the mold that y'all are talking about in regards to that. I lucked up in that regard.
Do you think it's possible he married you because you feel that way?
I know that he married me because he understood like my religious background, stuff like that. That was you know how you say you have non-negotiables. I never belabored the issue about you got to marry me every time we talking around. We got to get married. We got to get married. That was never the conversation. I had the conversation with him one time. He was telling me how he felt about marriage and blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, I get that, but for me, this is something that I need. So either it will be with you or with someone else, but I am going to get married. Never had a conversation with him about that ever again. It was no need because that was my non-negotiable. I'm not going to keep negotiating with you about that. So we never had a conversation, and he ended up proposing. I mean, it was some years later, but he ended up proposing. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, if you're saying that that's a standard, and I think this is where women do go wrong. We say that we want that, but we stay in a situation way too long with the hopes of it's going to get there, and then it doesn't, and then we get upset that it never does, and then the relationship resolve. Then we are salty about we gave up all of this time and years to be with this, and then he just leaves me. No, you give yourself a standard, you set the standard, you make that standard clear, you give yourself a time. And that also at this stage and age, that needs to be clear as well. And if it doesn't occur, then you have to be willing to walk away.
Okay, Inaz and AP.
So I love what you said, Mistaken. I think for me at least the answer is as simple as because it's the right thing to do. We're asking women to close their knees because it's the right thing to do. We're asking women to leave when that man is not giving you marriage because it's the right thing to do. Why should a man get married? Because it's the right thing to do. The moment we start to negotiate our morality based on someone else's behavior, the moment is the very moment that we start to lose our own integrity. We no longer qualify for the things that we say we want because now the things that we say we want have become negotiable. I think the same way that women need to understand that like being in a marriage is dutiful and you got to do things that you just don't want to do sometimes or don't like to do or don't feel like doing. I think that's the same sentiment men need to approach with marriage. That being said, again, compassion to the women who are abusing the system and taking men for more than necessary, right? I understand that. But if we're not getting the marriage rates up, there's no way that the divorce rate, that the divorce laws are going to change. As marriage declines, there's no point in changing the laws, which just further incentivizes people not to get married. Laws are reactionary. In order to change them, people need to get married and then advocate for these things to change. It's not going to work in the reverse.
AP, so and then I've got another video, and we're going to go into that, okay? But go ahead, AP.
Just a quick question. If I'm hearing this right, I'm not going to say all, but most women want to get married. Is that correct? So I'm also going to say most men want them yams. So this there's the simple solution to the whole thing. Don't give them the yams
Leverage
until
the
you get married.
Single men should be using their hands.
Leverage the yams.
Use your hand.
No,
Don't
no,
let
and
them keep them yams.
I really mean that. Don't
Oh, I
if the
agree.
goal,
It's our
if the
fault.
goal, right? If the goal is to get married for most women, 99% of the men simply want them yams. Like let's be honest, right? So you create the standard, and men will adjust. Right now, like even in the video, the guy don't have to marry her. He got live-in coop. Like it's live in. It like why would I marry you? You already here. You probably doing a whole bunch of the other wife stuff. And whenever I come home, shit, you right here, no matter what I'm doing. So I got them yams. You require marriage before yams, and we again will make the adjustment. Until then, why would I marry you? Because I got a whole plate of yams coming at me.
I listen, women
like,
so smart.
like that, and I don't
that was
think
the case.
No, mistaken. Women are
Just the
so
last point,
freaking
real
smart until it comes to that. For some strange reason, they cannot get that in their head.